Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave, Xialing. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you were following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we continue looking at this Marvel Legends Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave, aka the Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings movie wave. So far we have opened the man himself, Shang-Chi. Today we are opening his sister, which is Xialing. Now I don't know much about this character. We get to see the film, but we've seen the trailers, so we know that she's definitely skilled in the martial arts area. So I'm sure once we've seen the film, we'll be very happy we already have the figure on display. So here she is in the box with some interchangeable hands and some sort of weapon rope, and of course you can't miss the giant chest Build-A-Figure piece for the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure. I'm still not quite sure what the relation between Mr. Hyde and Shang-Chi is, but still, there we have her again on the side of the box. There we have her again on the back of the box. Xialing, I believe is how you pronounced it. If I'm wrong, let me know. But we do have a write-up that reads, when her estranged brother, Shang-Chi, suddenly shows up in her life, Xialing must choose between the solitary life she's created for herself or join her brother in the fight against the Ten Rings. And then, as always, we get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Xialing. So yeah, again, don't really know much about this character, but it does say strange brother and the fight against the Ten Rings. And the Ten Rings have been in the MCU since day one, since the MCU movie. So yeah, I like how it circles all the way back around, that interconnectivity. But a new figure for the shelf, new female character. Let's get her open. So here we have Xialing out of the box with all of her accessories, including the massive Build-A-Figure piece. So you know the score. Subscribe to the channel, come back, check out the playlist, the videos tab. I always build the Build-A-Figure last, so obviously Mr. Hyde's going to have to wait. Today is all about Xialing. So there she is, looking very nice. First impressions, just like Shang-Chi, she looks really nice. Simple, sleek. They seem to be wearing matching outfits to a certain degree. Just she's got the white and black rather than the red and black. So yeah, she is his sister after all, but we only seen her briefly in the trailer, like very briefly. She comes with like this rope sort of weapon, and as you can see, it's got a spike there on the end. So it is like a rope that you can use as a weapon, and lots of interchangeable hands, which I'll get into in a minute. She comes with like 3 different sets. But yeah, let's zoom in, check out all this detail, because again, they've done a great job. Starting at the top, as always, again, Hasbro on point with this face tech. It looks like the actress is shrunk down. I know I always say it, but it really does so good. She's got like the bob haircut, but the face applications of that digital face printing is spot on. I'm not going to pronounce the actress's name, but it really does look good. And then if we just move her around as well, definitely looks like her even more from certain angles. Really well done, bravo Hasbro. The outfit, just like Shang-Chi's, is very intricate in design. Like there's Shang-Chi's, here's got the red and black with all these patterns. She's got the white and black, but it's the same sort of pattern. And again, this could have been very easily messed up by a factory or however it's applied, but all these lines seem very clean. There's no smudging, and yeah, works really well. And if there was a mess, you'd be able to tell against the white background as well, but they're all there lined nice and perfectly. Round on the back as well, it continues the pattern even up under the arms. You can see it there. Looks really good. I think they've done a great job, looking really nice. Again, I'm sure we'll learn all about it in the movie itself. Moving down, her jacket does actually flow all the way down and doesn't have that nasty waistcut like unfortunately Shang-Chi did. He had that waistcut in the jacket, which sort of spoilt the design. As you can see, it sort of flares down over the trousers, where hers does flare down over the trousers. You can see it going all the way around the back there, but it doesn't have that waistcut. Instead, you get her articulation up here on the diaphragm joint with the ball joint, as you would sort of get with all your female legends, which yeah, looks good. It might hinder the legs, but no, not too much really. There is nice black trousers, very simple design, and she doesn't have fancy trainers with like Shang-Chi does, but she does have little black pumps on. So yeah, very simple trousers and shoes, and then a more intricate sort of upper body. But the design looks great, very nice. Let's take a look at her hands. So she comes with 2 karate chop hands first and foremost. And again, I mean that in the nicest way possible. But that's what they are. There you go. Chop, chop, chop. But she also comes with a set of fisted hands, which is great. I think every figure should come with a set of fisted hands for natural poses, but of course for punching people as well. She also has a set of these sort of finger pinching hands. I don't know the expression or what to call them. Sort of looks like she's doing like a snake with her hand or something like that. It's definitely some sort of martial arts pose that I'm sure we will learn about. But still, it looks very nice. She has a set of them, so you can get her all posed up. But she also has just one extra open palm sort of grippy hand, and that is so we can hold her weapon. So here's her weapon of choice. Now this is more for display than it is for posing, but it's like a rope with like an arrow or dagger at the end of it. And again, this is just going to sit over her shoulder, I'm assuming like so. There you go, she can hold on to the bottom of it while it's wrapped around her shoulder for a sort of more natural pose holding her accessory, which I always appreciate when a character can be posed holding their accessories, and it just gives her a little bit more to the shelf as well. Just adds that little bit extra, like what's she holding, what's she got under her sleeve. But yeah, that looks good. So yeah, it doesn't unravel or anything like that. It is one molded piece, but it works for what its purpose is, just to sit nicely on the shoulder there, and it don't fall off either. Like she can get a nice grip on it. So yeah, that looks nice. Going over articulation, nothing too crazy, standard female legend. Her arms do go over 90, and there's only a single jointed elbow unfortunately, but you can get it past 90. Their waist or ab or however you want to call it is on a ball joint, of course. The head though is on the new sort of dumbbell joint, so you can get a lot of range down and up and side to side and pivoting and all that good stuff. But yeah, the arms will swing all the way around as well, of course, and all of her hands have a hinge up and down as well for posing, which helps. No waist cut as I talked about, but again, you can get that by wiggling that. There's a cut there at the top of the thighs for the legs, a double jointed knee, which works pretty well. Let's be honest, you can't get better than that. That's really good. The legs will go out really far forward for kicking. Like so, that double jointed knee, there you go, for like so. Sorry, these ain't the best poses, but still, the articulation is there, I promise you. The ankles do have a pivot, of course, and a hinge on the foot, and the hinge is pretty deep on the foot as well. And yeah, overall looking good. Her legs will go out to do splits, but it's hindered a tiny bit by the jacket, but not so much, because it will move out the way. So yeah, standard female Marvel Legends articulation, to be fair. Nothing too crazy, but she's going to be able to get in some nice poses, that is for sure. Now, we obviously don't have her comic equivalent in Marvel Legends form, so I've just got out an MCU Marvel Legends female and then a standard Marvel Legends female with Psylocke and then of course Black Widow, and I think she scales great with both. Let's be honest, she's virtually the same height as Black Widow over there, and Psylocke is only a tiny bit taller, but overall she scales beautifully with comic female Marvel Legends and MCU Marvel Legends as well. So yeah, she's looking nice. Here she is compared to the two comic figures in this Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure wave. So it is, of course, Civil Warrior and then a Tony Stark AI Iron Man. And here we have Xialing compared to the other figures from the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie in this wave, including the man himself, Shang-Chi, her father Wenwu, and the mysterious Death Dealer. Again, I think these scale great together. They aesthetically look really good, and it's always nice to get a core set of characters from the source material in one go in this wave. And maybe there's more to come, and I'm always curious to see the film to see who we were missing, but having the figures definitely gets me excited for the movie. And yeah, she looks great compared to them all. For another female comparison from the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie, here we have the exclusive Katie figure. Now, Katie, of course, didn't come in the Shang-Chi wave. Stay tuned. I'm, of course, going to be reviewing her on the channel. I just couldn't resist to open her up early for comparisons. And again, she scales probably just a tiny bit shorter than Xialing. And then here we have Morris, the hairless, headless, furry chicken with wings. And that's me putting it nicely. But still, Shang-Chi figures looking nice. So, final thoughts, Xialing looks great. Sometimes it's really hard to get hyped for characters and figures when we haven't even seen the source material yet. But this way, it's doing it in reverse. These figures are so good, it is making me get on board of the hype train and get really excited for the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie to learn more about these characters where I already have their figures, and the figures look great. Honestly, Hasbro's best work these days is in the MCU realm, and I'm really excited to see that next chapter, Phase 4, before. And yeah, these figures are off to a great start. So you let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, do you know the character of Xialing from the comics? Are you excited to see Shang-Chi in movie form? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But most importantly, if you like Legends, then trust me, you're in the right place. Check out the playlist, video tab, all of that good stuff. But most importantly, please, 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 hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can also hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Until then, people, my name is Dan W. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.